Hello YouTube, 2T, we're back, we're pickups, we're gifts, we're finds, we're a bit of everything. Lost a bit of weight because I had my haircut. No, I'm fucking sweating like anything. I thought, you know what, crop it back, do me bloody nutting. I hope everybody's well. I hope we're all doing good. YouTube of the month is finished, by the way, because it's the 1st of August. So many thanks to all those that took part. I think it was a bumper. Well, it was a bumper anyway, because it's lots of people. But in terms of voting and views and all that kind of stuff, really sort of gained a bit of momentum. So thank you everybody that participated in that. And long may it continue into August already, though. Bloody hell. Anyway, a few bits here. I'm not going to say it's going to be little because I'll probably end up just talking a complete load of bollocks for an equal amount of time. Which is that nanotech. Obviously quite old school in terms of, well, I say old school from a PlayStation perspective. It looks, what was he playing? Fagan RS500, he was playing a game. Gyrus. And it looks like Tempest, it's just similar. This one is quite similar. You're kind of like on a tube, and you can move around the tube and move up and down. I don't know if you can see it very well because of the lighting. But yeah, very sort of similar. Weirdly that was. But yeah, I mean, cracking little like soundtrack to this as well. Anyway, Booter should be on tomorrow. So for all things being equal, everything crossed, you know, I might have a good day. But if not, that matters. Them's the breaks. So I've got a couple of bits I found out in the wild. Another CEX pile, I'll come to that because I've got a fucking rant. And then some sort of, I don't know whether trades, trade-offs, tradeage, whatever you want to call it. So first up, all the way from a place that I would love to go and visit, really would. Mrs. would, I mean, I'd like to go and live there, but I've not said I've never been, I might fucking hate it, but you know, even as a kid, I used to watch two main TV shows that were filmed there. Might give you an idea. It is, of course, Australia, mate. This is from Sega of My House, and he contacted me. What was it for? Silent. Oh no, I shouldn't say. Contacted me for a game, something. So I whizzed that off to him, and he whizzed this over to me. A couple of Bruces in here. We've got, I don't know where people find these. Street Fighter the movie, that chewing gum and card. I bet it's got the chewing gum in it, hasn't it? Has it got chewing gum in it? I don't know if it's got chewing gum. 9 cards per pack. I don't know if it might not have chewing gum in it. But he's dead, isn't he? Raul Julia. Is it Raul Julia? I think it's Raul Julia. Yeah, he was the Adams Family guy. He's dead. A quirk. I don't know where that's from. Clip and carry. Okay. Little Pokemon Doobat. I know someone who'd be interested in that. I will find a home for that. And then the main item that we sort of traded for is Pokepark 2. Wonders Beyond. Now, obviously, this is the Australian version. I doubt CX will take it. I can try, but to be fair, you know, I just sort of said to him, look, whiz it over if they have it. Yeah, well, he actually said to me, he goes, it's pretty good trade for it. It is. It's PAL. They may or may not. I might get some idiot on the till who might take it in, but it will work even if they did sell it on there. They shouldn't have a problem. The only problem is it might not scan on their barcode. So yeah, go and check Anthony out. Sega of My House. Or Sega, but it's Sega. Everyone used to call that. I didn't know that was a big debate back in the day with the Master System. Sega or Sega, and then obviously when I think it was Sonic came out, it said Sega. Told you what it was. Tomato. Right. Excuse me. Next one is a kind of Gordon Bennett. This went back. Was it the beginning of this year? Or was it last year? The chef of the retro, Lee. He he had a couple of copies of it actually, Super Metroid on the SNES. I was obviously, you know, wouldn't mind a copy of that, and it you know, get them and sell them and all that kind of stuff. And then he ended up with this particular copy. I've got it here somewhere. That the battery doesn't work, doesn't save, so obviously you can't really sort of sell it essentially. And he sort of said to me, look, you can have it at cut price. I think it's like 15, 17 quid, something like that. And I went, oh, I'll have a think, because I wasn't massively, you know, sort of like, oh my god, I have to have that game. Because there was the thinking, and there still is the thinking, of just getting it boxed for the Famicom, which is still relatively expensive, believe it or not. It's one of them weird games that you think, oh, they're going to be like pound a penny. They are, but obviously everyone wants it. Anyway, so Lee very kindly said to me, look, don't worry, I'll send you the game and you can square me up at some point down the line. I said, fine, not got a problem with that, as long as you're happy with that, mate. He said, yeah, no worries. It was, yeah, because with the Retron, because what I said to him, because he'd asked me, he goes, oh, have you fixed the battery? I said, well, look, there's no point, because the Retron sort of saves stuff to its memory anyway, it doesn't really use the battery. But if you plugged it into a SNES, it wouldn't work, it wouldn't save. So to me, it's worth it. You know, it's got a use. Anyway, time went by, and then I obviously you've seen the video. I sent him a very good copy of Ikaruga, and I think he picked up two copies of this, but he already had a copy, so he had 3 copies. And I said to him, "Oh, what are you asking on that?" He went, "Oh, don't worry, I'll send you one over," kind of thing. And I happened to mention about another game he picked up, which I was missing a portion out of. And I said, "Oh, any chance you can get that manual?" And he basically give it to his brother or something. And his brother plays games that I don't think he's really into collecting. So Lee managed to sort of snaffle a manual for me and send me another game, NES game. And that's Friday the 13th. I remember when Lee was talking about this, and I'd heard stories about it, because obviously it's US only. It's not very well regarded. I think it's very tricky to understand what you're supposed to do, but as Lee describes it, once you realise what you're meant to do, it's a good game. I'm not really into, well, I'm not into horrors at all, full stop. Not really, just not at all. It ends up giving me night terrors and all kinds of stuff. So it's not good for me to watch horror movies, put it that way. So yeah, so I know of it. I couldn't tell you that I'd seen. I know his name's Jason Voorhees and stuff like that. And I know all the people, but I don't watch them. The missus watches them. She fucking loves all that shit. And the manual in question is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. So I'm pretty sure now all of my Resi games are all complete, which is quite nice. And yeah, Lee was really kind to do that. And he chucked in a couple of Bruces. Well, he mentioned this game, and I was sort of like not too fussed. I think. Edward Westham Edward. He picked this up as well, weirdly enough. And anyway, Lee sort of said, look, you know, I'll fire you that way, and it's Kalik the Blood. Another PS1, early title, number 35 actually. So, cheers to that, Lee. I don't know if it's like a mech dungeon crawler. I don't know. Or right, load up high velocity, self-targeting, incinerator or right control. It's the last word in close combat shmups. So I don't know, it's like a weird hybrid-y type game, I'm guessing. But yeah, and then I think, where did you get these from? Did you get these from the booter? So I think he's firing these out to everybody, you know, anyone he does a trade with or whatever. It's some PlayStation disc wipe, still sealed. So yeah, I think, you know, in terms of where we're at, I think we're pretty much squared off now, to be honest. I don't know. Let's say I'm a pack of wipes. I'll send you a pack of baby wipes, pal. But yeah, no, honestly, Lee, really do appreciate. I mean, the manual was mainly what I was kind of really after. But he ended up, like I say, picking up two more copies of Friday the 13th. And then he sort of said about Kalik the Blood. So yeah, all good in the hood. So, you know, if you go and check Lee out, Retro Chef. As the name suggests, he's a chef, but he's into retro gaming. Top stuff. That's it from a sort of tradey doobie, what you call it, charity shop. Now, because I did the PS2 call, and I mentioned the last video, like there was games I thought I had I didn't have, and then games that I didn't think I had that I had. And one of them that's sort of there's a couple, and one of them being the Gradius game. Oh, actually, I've got that. But a few I thought, fucking, I'm sure I had that, which I didn't. And this being one of them, the Getaway Black Monday. And I swore blind I had it, but I didn't. Obviously, I haven't. No manual, but I mean, it's not, you know, hard to find game, but it was only 50p, and it's, I mean, otherwise it's in great condition. So, you know, even as a placeholder, it's quite nice to get. There's not many, you know, the sort of PlayStation. It's more going to be the sort of exclusives, bit like this, that I may pick up for it now. Any of the sort of duplicate stuff. I mentioned this before. You know, if they're on the Cube, they're not going to get on the PlayStation 2 unless they're sort of, you know, a different version, things like that. One of the charity shops I go to, they don't sell media, any CDs, videos, DVDs, or anything, or video games at all. They don't put them on the shop, on the shop, which is weird. I mentioned this before, but I speak to the ladies. They usually sort of keep the stuff to one side for me until the day after, and then like some guy comes along and takes it to the main warehouse. I went in there early in the week. The guy had already been, and whoever was managing to let him take the stuff. I don't know what was there. I don't know. They just said that. Went in today, and luckily enough, one of the ladies, lovely old lady she is, she's really on the ball. Because I sort of said to her, look, you might as well put the money in your till. Because I'm guessing a lot of these shops run on, you know, sort of profit margins. I said, it just seems daft. She was like, I know. So she's really on the ball from that aspect. You know, you would think old people don't really care, but she seems more switched on than the managers. Okay, little pile of games. Couple of FIFA. One PlayStation 1. Can't remember what it was. Might be like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something daft. Couple of football games on the 360, and then this one I thought, okay, I'm having that. So for £1, got me a bit of horror fest. This isn't it? Stupidly enough, Splatterhouse. I don't think this come out on the PS3, because there's a couple of people a few months back, someone had grabbed this, and then a few other people sort of off the back of them getting it and sort of talk about it went out and grabbed it. And I remember at that point I thought, oh, I wonder if it's on the PS3, because really I would prefer to get it on that essentially, because it's all set up. But for £1, I thought, fuck that, I'll grab it. I mean, I don't know what sort of game it is. I'm guessing it's just like a hack and slash. Whereas obviously the original Splatterhouse and Mega Drive were sort of side scrollers. But yeah, it's all there. Discs, it's not mint. It's got a few scuffs. Probably just needs a bit of an alcohol wipe over, and it'll be, I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, so Splatterhouse for £1. What are you gonna do? Oh, right. Last little pile of CX. They're fucking pissed. I mentioned in the last video. Fucking. I mean, it's bad enough that you take the chance with stuff not turn up with a manual. So I've got a few more bits that are on order, or whatever you want to call it, en route. But one of the ones that should have come through, and what they do is really fucking annoying, because you obviously the website isn't. It's not the most slick. So when you put stuff in your basket, you have to go and check to make sure it's there, because even if it says in stock, if it's actually out of stock, the front page doesn't reflect that. It's weird. You kind of have to get it. It's got a load of little nuances to it. You know, even to the point where you get to checkout. You can get to the checkout, think you've got a game, and you click pay, and it just flips the screen back round. You're like, what? And then you go back and realise someone's just bought that game while you're. It's fucked up, man. But I can live with that to a degree, because I know what to expect. I know what the crack is. What I fucking didn't expect, right, and this has happened twice now. I've just had another one come through today, which is really fucking annoying. So I ordered a couple of games and ended up getting an email back saying, oh, here's your invoice, and it gives you the invoice number against the order number. I'm thinking, you've already sent me the invoice, and then it shows you like a refund of, like, I think in this case it's £15, and I'm like, what's the £15 for? And then they sent me through an email a day after telling me that one of the games they couldn't source the game. It ends up being, and it's a fucking real pissed me right off. It was fucking Shadow's Tale. Exactly. Fucking hard to find. And trust me, it ain't like they've got 50 of them on the site, so it's not like I've ordered it and they've gone, oh, we can't find that. That's been in stock for so long. Fucking bullshit. That come in that same day, if not a couple of hours, and I've sort of on site found it, bang, ordered it. Then all of a sudden, like 2 days later, they sort of say, oh, we can't find it. Here's your money back. Bullshit. Some fuckers in them stores, the staff bagging it. They're bagging them for themselves. I've sent an email through to them now, complaining. Because the second one that they've done it today, haven't sent me the email confirming which game it is, but they're refunding me £2 for a game. And when I checked the order against what I ordered, which is 3 items, only one of them was for £2. And it's fucking really annoying because it's Shamu's Great Sea Adventure on the Cube. It's only £2 in CEX. Trust me, have a look on Flea of the Bay. It's about £20 game. So again, some fucker in CEX. There's no way they've can't source it or they've misplaced it. The thing had only been in a couple of hours. Now whether or not there's some sort of weird glitch where if someone went into the store and bought it, even though I've bought it online, I'm sure that should, when they try to scan it in, it should sort of say it's already been sold because they haven't got any more in stock. So I ain't fucking happy at all. And I'm pretty sure with these sort of rarer games, depending on which store it is, I reckon the fucking staff are snagging them. And it's really fucking racked me off because that Shamu was a fucking great little find, that was, for £2. So that's another one I've got to keep an eye out for. I mean, Shadow's Tale I wasn't even, I didn't sort of purposely go to look for that. I think I bought a couple of Cube games, a couple of nice titles. I thought, you know what, I'll just check the Wii stuff in case there's an extra game I can add in just for the postage. And I was like, fucking hell, it's there, I couldn't believe it. So I was really racked off. So yeah, and then they fucked up another order, which bizarrely has worked in my favour for once. So obviously I can't complain too much there, but yeah, I've got a stack of games here. A mixture across Cube, PS2 and Wii. I'll start with, although if these are, did I mention this before about the sports titles on the Cube? There's a few that are fucking hard to find. This one cropped up on all CX obviously on the site, NFL 2K3. These 2K3 games, there's a basketball, American football and basketball, American football, baseball, no, not baseball. What's his American game? Blank. Oh dear. Hockey, NHL. So there's NFL, NBA, and NFL 2K3. Completely blank. This is it's all complete. I mean, it's a little bit whatever. I'm not too fussed. So yeah, I think it must be the Sega Sports sort of thing. But they're quite. I mean, they're not expensive on CX. They're not a bit expensive on eBay. I don't know. But they don't crop up very often in CEX. I know. Trust me, I've been looking. And I've got the credit, so I've got patience. I can sit and wait. It's not a problem. Who was it that said something about cutting out all? If you cut out all the times I had a drink, it'd probably condense it. Probably got be able to chop out 15 minutes off the video. You're probably right. But then again, it wouldn't be the same, would it? Let's be honest. I just like all the other Joes out there. Right, next one. Again, not very expensive. I think there's another copy cropped up on CEX. This one's okay. The case probably needs a bit of a swap out. It's got that weird sort of bobbly effect on it. Again, not one that's readily available. Other than now, it's got. I think there's, like I say, there's one in stock. Dead to Rights on the Cube. So for info as well, I'm down to, well, I would have been significantly lower, but I'm reckoning I'm about under 55 left to get to the Cube game wise. Some big fucking hitters left. Mario Baseball, Chibi Robo, Gadget Racers. There's a few tricky ones, and fucking like I say, Shamu. That's fucking racked me off. something royal. This one, no manual, but for the price, you'll see the price on here. Again, I don't think there's another one in stock. Goblin Commander, let's say £6. You know, my idea with this is lovely to have them all complete. Really fucking would. When and if I get to that stage where I've got all the games, you know, I'll just knock together a list of which ones I'm missing, and I'll just keep, you know, I'll just keep an eye out. Maybe like, you know, for £6, probably worth buying that again in case there's a manual in the next one. You know, something like that, I think. But because I mean, I don't know what that sells for. I didn't check. There's a few that I had looked on eBay because I just thought, fucking hell, these things are never gonna, you know, not gonna turn up in on CEX, which I can understand, because if you got, you know, I'm not trying to sort of stitch myself up here, but realistically, if you knew what you had, you wouldn't take them to CEX because you get your pennies for them. You know, literally some of these games are like 40p. Whereas if you wanted to sell them on eBay, you are looking at a significant cost, you know, profit. But I'm guessing a lot of this is just people like mums and dads just wading in their old stuff, essentially. Right, there's two more. So this game I ordered, and I've had to reorder it. Luckily, if it's still in stock, because when it turned up, I was like, "What the fuck's this?" And then I realised off the order that someone's obviously misread what I'd ordered and picked the wrong thing and put it in the bag. But again, like I say, it's worked in my favour, because the game that I bought, I think, was only £7, which I've subsequently rebought, and I hope that fucking turns up. Does that make sense? So it's got no manual, but it's Mario Party 6. I'm missing Mario Party 7, by the way. It's another big title. But this was supposed to be Mario Dance Mix. So, like I say, I'm not overly fussed. I've reordered that again. I need to double check my copy of Mario Party 6 just in case. I mean, the insert and everything's fucking fine. It's absolutely superb. Just double check, you know, in case like the disc's better condition and all that kind of shit. But yeah, I mean, quite easy. Just, you know, flip that out and still be in pocket. Just a small bit of karma, like I say, for the fuck ups that they've done in them two games. And then the last one that I bought, and you may be thinking, it looks familiar, and it is Bait and Kaitos. So yes, I bought Bait and Kaitos again, or Bat and Kaitos, whatever you want to say it, because it was there, and I thought, you know what, I've got the credit. It might have the manual. I'll get an expert now that'll be able to, when it's in the jiffing go, with Goblin Commander, I went, no manual. I knew straight away there's no fucking manual. So yeah, I've got a copy of Bait and Kaitos, whatever you want to say it. About a £30 game. It's not a lost leader by any stretch of the imagination. A couple of nice Wii titles. Again, I think like these may have been part of the deal that was, you know, when I bought Shadow's Tale. I can't remember now. This one I've been eyeballing for a while. It's complete. It looks fine. It looks actually in really good condition. Actually, still got some of those old fucking £30 someone paid for it. And it is Muramasa, the Demon Blade. I know this is quite highly regarded by a few people. Owen Labosu, pretty sure he's mentioned this in the past. Looks fantastic. Red Star Rising game. You know, why do I call it Red Star Rising? Rising Star Games, just because it's a red star. I don't know, maybe it might be Red Star Rising Games. I don't know. And one that I was a bit peed off that it didn't come with the manual. Must admit. It's otherwise in great condition. I don't know where that's come from. Use like new. It's come from Amazon. Look, I just realised that in the back. That's why then. So it's come from Amazon. Hang on, let's have a look underneath the bottom of it. Yeah, it's come from Amazon. Fragile Dreams, anyway. Fraggle Rock. Remember Fraggle Rock? Do 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 do. Get your gears away. But anyway, it's got no manual. This actually does look a really interesting game. Yeah, there's that weird Amazon. I just peeled that off. That Amazon sticker. So it looks like someone's bought it from Amazon, and then actually I'm gonna have to get to the fucking case now. Why did assholes do this? Look at all this shit, look. Hopefully I pick some fucking games up at the boot and I can swap them over. Ah, it's tacky now. We all know that feeling, don't we? Yeah, anyway, Fragile Dreams. Farewell Ruins of the Moon. Again, another Rising Star Games game. And then a couple of PlayStation 2. PS2 titles. Someone mentioned to me a while back, put a comment on, I think it was when I bought the Suikoden games. I think I've pronounced that right now. Suikoden. I said, why are you paying 30 quid for an old PS2 title? Because they're fucking hard to find. And I regarded them very well sought after. As I mentioned before, you know, some of the choicier PS2 RPGs and all that kind of stuff. You know, for me, I've got the credit. I may as well use it. It puts it to good use. You know, I mean, if you think about what I said when I sort of went through and, you know, rationalised the PS2 thing, ended up with, you know, a sizable chunk of credit. I've got something tangible back for it, if you like. You know, 10 copies of like FIFA fucking 2000 up to 2010 or whatever it was. You know, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. For me, it's just logical. Just makes sense. Some people don't really like that, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, enough bollocks. I'm not trying to justify why I'm paying or buying PlayStation 2 games. I'm just trying to explain my thinking or my rationale behind it, that's all. So, essentially, like I said before, what I'm looking to do is just get them sort of more sought after, and they are generally the RPGs on the PlayStation 2, just because it's easier. I've got them then, you know, and they'll stay. They're not going to go anywhere. I don't think many, if any of these ever appeared on any of the system. I could be wrong, and that goes for anything after these ones as well. I'm not just sort of saying these ones in isolation. Anyway, look, Odin Sphere, 20 squids, an Atlas and Square Enix collaboration. Looks like a relatively late release. Again, I think it looks a bit like a Hyrule Warriors type. I don't know actually. 5 playable characters. But yeah, Odin Sphere. Very nice. It's all there. I did show you that. Actually, in fantastic condition. Really is. I think the manual's been looked at. Disc's fine. Yada yada yada. So there's Odin Sphere. Two more and we're done. We'll leave that one. So I took a bit of a flyer on it. I just sort of seen it. I didn't know anything about it. This one I sort of knew of. Saw it there. I thought, you know what, I'm fucking having that. And it is, and it's again, it's quite sought after. Samurai Showdown 5. Now I did think, right. This is fucking, I'm getting absolutely paranoid. Off the back of Dave, Retro Dave, I think, you know, when I had the sort of the Master System title, and he's done a video about repos and that kind of stuff. I think it kind of like just pushed him over the edge. He was like, "That's it, I'm doing a video, I've had enough." And I could see what he said. I'll talk about that actually at the end of this, because it's quite it's fitting in a way. Anyway, Shaman Showdown 5, right? I was like, yeah, great. I mean, it's in fantastic condition, because again, I know ordinarily people say, "Yeah, why do you keep opening that?" But with CEX, I think some people just like to know that not all this stuff comes through with, you know, fucking no manual, all that kind of stuff. But what threw me with this, and again, it's just me getting too paranoid, I think, is I looked at the back and I thought, them screenshots look shit. But everything else looks fine, and the front looks fine. I just think it's a bad... I don't know, anyone else who's got this game, let me know. I hope it's not fucking... because CX are renowned for doing photocopied covers. There's no ways it's a photocopied cover. It can't be. No, it's not. Fucking me, I'll jump off a fucking bridge, I've had enough. It's not, but I don't know if you can see this, right? But look at them screenshots. And the writing just looks a little bit like blurred. It doesn't look like definition's not there. I don't know if you can pick that, but it is legit. I mean, I just took the case out. But I'm like, everyone's out to fucking do fucking rip-off copies. The last one, like I said, took a bit of a flyer on this. I have swapped the case over. So I did get it from CEX, or stuck the CEX sticker back on, which don't mean anything. I could have fucking bought it off eBay and stuck a CEX sticker on it, I know, but trust me, it was just the case had that sort of knobbly, you know, where it's sort of, the edges get nicked, the corners and stuff. And I think there was a little bit, yeah, there's been a little bit of, what do you call it? Like moisture or something that's got underneath it. Anyway, like I said, took a bit of a flyer on this one. I think it was probably about 10, was it 10 or was it even cheaper than that? I can't remember now. You can check online, you can check on CX site how much it is. And it's called Shaman King, Power of Spirit. So it's a Konami title. Now, Shonen Jumps is a guy who does One Piece. I know that much because I've been looking at them games. There's fucking loads of them now. I thought they were quite specialised, but shit, man, there's fucking tons of the bastards. There's loads on the Wii. There's loads on the Wii U. I don't know if there's any on. There are a couple on the PS2 as well, but you don't see many of them. But there are a lot of them. That makes sense. So again, this looks more. I didn't know anything about it. I just seen it. I thought that looks interesting. £7 for fuck it. Again, usually again, I'm probably letting the cat out of the bag here, but if CX usually only have one of anything in stock, it's that for a reason, because everyone wants it. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, it looks like an RTS. I don't know what happened. Maybe you go into battle and then you do like a sort of one-on-one. I don't know. I really don't know. Answer the postcard. There's a little bit of damage, the sort of moisture thing, just on the insert. See it, just in the corner there. No biggie really. It's all fine. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I've just stuck that on but it doesn't mean anything. But the one that it came and had like the sort of, I don't know, looks like someone bit it. I don't know what it is. Something happens to them at some point and they get nicked and torn and caught. So that's it. I wanted to do that because if I put that on the end before the boot, the video would be ridiculously long, and just get it out of the way, get it done now. Footy season, the footy starts, is it the 8th? Next week? So that'll be interesting. But yeah, Retro Dave. It's not really a VR as such, although I suppose it probably could be construed as that. But yeah, go and check Dave's channel out. You all know Retro Dave anyway. And I think a little bit, like I say, maybe the Master System sort of fake was a bit more of a catalyst. Obviously Dave's been aware probably more than anybody that I know of anyway, in terms of like the fakes and the repos and all that kind of stuff. And he makes some very valid points. Personally, my view is, and I think this is a lot of people would sit that, I don't mind, well, not that I would have it, but I don't personally mind the sort of repo boxes. So we mainly talk about like NES and your SNES. You don't really get Mega Drive because there's no need to repo Mega Drive boxes generally, because the hard plastic cases. So it's always the cardboard stuff. I mean, Davis looks at the Game Boy. I don't really get, that's not my bag, so I wouldn't know. But you see the SNES stuff, you see the NES stuff, and it's always, like I say, due to them being made of cardboard. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would sort of agree with this in terms of, I don't really have a problem if Fred said, look, I've got, I don't know, Super Mario 1, 2 and 3, I'd love to have them in a box, I can't afford the boxes, or worse to that effect, I can pick the boxes up for, I don't know, £5 each or something like that. So he has reproduction boxes. He knows the reproduction boxes. They've been sold to him as reproduction boxes. That's fine. I think where it then sort of gets a bit grey area is if then Fred takes those games and sells them, but sells them as boxed complete copies. Not saying that Fred would do that, but I think a lot of us are sort of thinking that's when the market starts to get diluted, or they start to feed into it, and you don't really know. And it's fucking from photos. If the again, depending if they're a little bit dodgy and a little bit clever with the lighting and that, you wouldn't know until you get it in your hand. Someone can be really tricky. And obviously, some people say, oh, but you can ask them to do this, you can ask them to do that, you can ask them to take more photos. What you've got to remember is some of these titles that we're talking about, like your Wild Guns, I don't know what else, we're talking, Little Samson or whatever it might be. And it might just be me, I don't know, but this is what happened with the Smurfs, so that's all I can tell you is, yes, you could do that, but how long is it going to take that seller to get back to you? And then what you're thinking is, someone's going to come in and just fucking snipe it underneath from underneath you. So do you ask the questions and sit and wait, or do you take a bit of a fly, take a bit of a risk, which is what I think some people do, and I don't blame it. But equally, fuck that. Like I said to the guy who sold me that, I said it's fake. Just I don't want to kick a stink up. I don't want to report you, but I will. He was all right about it, to be honest. He was fucking cool as. Fair play to the guy. I said, look, the repos go for about, I lied, I said about 20 quid. They're not, they're about 30 quid. And he goes, we'll just call it 20 quid then. Well, obviously a couple of quid for the postage, but essentially 20 quid. But the other side to it that Dave was on about is the sort of custom cases. So I've got a couple of custom cases for my, some of the very sort of choice NTSC SNES titles. Fucking fine. Yeah, I think that I would prefer them. Honestly, I really, because they're protected forever. The other side you buy Sentinel cases and stuff. But if you're going to buy a fake case, for me, you're better off buying a fake plastic hard case. Why would you buy a fake? That's the other thing. I don't get why you would buy a fake plastic cardboard case for it to then have to buy a Sentinel case to keep it protected. See, that's the other dilemma. See, that's where I think, are you trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes? Pan across your shelf, look at all these box games I've got. You wouldn't fucking know. Yeah, that's fake. That's but the other side of it is, look, I don't give a shit what people do with their fucking stuff. I couldn't care fucking less. I couldn't give two shits. Nothing to do with me. But I can see Dave's perspective in terms of as a collector, I think it's that not taking the high ground, but it's the morals of it, is it? It's being like, I need to know they are genuine, and like I get that 100%. But where some people, he showed some listings, didn't he? And they're blatantly not, or they're being very clever with the wording, and not sort of saying it's a repo, but implying it's a repo. And if you don't read, it's like the idiots that sell Xbox One boxes only, and people pay like 400 quid for a box, and then moan saying, "Oh, you sold me a box. Where's the Xbox?" No, you've got to read the description, and you know, some people are very clever with the words. But yeah, I mean, generally, I don't give a shit regarding repos too much. In terms of, if they're honest up front, this is a reproduction box, and off you go. Where it gets a little bit grey again is Dave made a mention, I think he did, where people get a repo box with a legit cart and a legit manual and put it together, and I don't know, and people get sucked in. It's quite easy, it's so easy, because we are very impulsive in terms of like, fucking hell, that's gone for a great price. And a lot of the time it is just because it's in a box, or it's got the box, and it makes it then, and it's probably for sale for the same price as what maybe a loose cart would be. So they're very clever in that way, they know how to psychologically target people. But anyway, great video, Dave. Go and check it out. I've talked way too much. Boot tomorrow. I'm pissed off with CX. I'm gonna wait. I don't expect anything back from them, but I'm fucking convinced that them bastards there, when they're seeing them games like Shamu's and Shadow's Tale, there's no way they've lost them in this shop within a couple of hours or even a day. Not like they've been sat on the shelves for fucking 3 years and they're like, oh, we've had to move around or whatever, we can't find that. Bullshit. That's my rant over. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.